everyone, and welcome back to Lindsay Unfiltered. And today we're going to be looking at the media release that the Robeson County Sheriff gave to individuals regarding Mica Miller's demise. A lot of people ask, what happened to Mica Miller? If you guys don't know who Mica Miller is, she is a pastor's wife out of North Carolina, and she ended up unaliving herself. That is the story that everyone was told. And then her husband announced it to the church in a very nonchalant manner. I understand people can be in shock, but a lot of people are still fighting for justice for Mica to this day because they believe what they hear is not the truth. I had some requests for Mica Miller, and I feel like it's even more important to do this now because her husband was raided by the FBI and taken to jail for assault. So we have to look into that. A lot of people say Mica's demise was not self-inflicted. A lot of people say her husband played a bigger role than we think in Mica's demise. So I'm going to go ahead and read this media release that they released to the public, and we're going to analyze it together. Okay, guys? So I have a handy dandy highlighter and I have a marker here too. Okay, so we have the Office of Robeson County Sheriff, the address and all that. An investigation that has tugged on the hearts of people across the nation has been ruled as a unaliving. The decision was based on surveillance footage, interviews, physical evidence, and the examination of the North Carolina Medical Examiner's Office. On Saturday, April 27th, 2024, approximately 2:54 p.m., Robeson County E911 Communication Center received a 911 call from a female. The caller asked the dispatcher if her phone could be located because she was going to unalive herself and wanted her family to be able to find her body. During the conversation with the dispatcher, the caller hung up the phone and the dispatcher was unable to contact the caller. The dispatcher was able to find the location of the caller and dispatch a deputy to the location. The deputies contacted the Lumber River State Park superintendent upon their arrival at Lumber River State Park in Orem, North Carolina. The deputies and state park rangers conducted a search of the area for the victim. The search was aided by a Robeson County Sheriff's Office drone. During the investigation, a black Honda Accord with a South Carolina registration was located in the parking lot at the state park. The investigators confirmed the vehicle belonged to Mica Miller, 30, of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Investigators located a Sig Sauer gun case in the passenger seat of the vehicle and a box of ammunition in the center console of the vehicle. Investigators also found a receipt for the Sig Sauer handgun from a pawn shop and a receipt from a convenience store in the vehicle. Both receipts were dated the same day of Mica's unaliving. Okay. During the search of the park for the 911 caller, investigators were approached by an individual who had found a bag near the water edge with an identification belonging to Miller. The individual stated that she heard someone crying and a pew pew while he was fishing. Law enforcement continued the search, and E911 received a call from an individual who stated that a body was located in the water. Law enforcement responded to the location and contacted the North Carolina Medical Examiner's Office upon locating the deceased. The victim was identified as Mica Miller. A Sig Sauer 9mm handgun was located in the water at the crime scene during the search of the area. The serial number on the weapon matched the box that was found in Miller's Honda Accord. During the investigation, Miller's phone and other personal belongings were located. A search of Miller's phone revealed that she conducted a Google search for national parks near me, and the Lumber River State Park location was provided. The investigation also revealed that Miller and her estranged husband had been separated and were involved in the legal system. This information led to the investigators confirming the whereabouts of Miller and a female that he is allegedly romantically involved with. Investigators were able to confirm that both individuals were not in North Carolina the night before and the day of Mica's demise. Investigators learned that through interviews that John Paul Miller was at an athletic event in Charleston on the day of Mica's unaliving. John Miller's vehicle was observed traveling on Highway 17 bypass in Horry County at 2:22 p.m. on April 27, 2024. John Miller's vehicle was observed traveling on Highway 17 bypass in Horry County at 2:22 p.m. The investigation confirmed that John Miller was accompanied while traveling to and from the event in Charleston, South Carolina. On Tuesday, May 7, 2024, Sheriff Bernice Wilkins, investigators, and the medical examiner met with the parents and the immediate family members of Mica Miller. John Paul Miller was given the opportunity to attend a separate meeting, and Miller indicated through his attorney that he would not come to North Carolina to meet with the investigators. Investigators conducted several interviews and developed a timeline of events in relation to Miller's death on April 27, 2024. 10:13 in the morning, Miller was observed on her Ring camera leaving her residence on Margarita Drive, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 11, Miller was observed on her Ring camera arriving at her residence. 11:38, Miller was observed on her Ring camera leaving her residence. 12:12, Miller is observed on store surveillance walking into Dick's Pawn Shop, which is located at this address. 12:13, Miller is observed at the register and initiates a purchase of a weapon. 12:34, Miller is observed leaving Dick's Pawn Shop after purchasing a weapon and ammunition. 1:06, Miller's black Honda Accord is observed traveling on Highway 501 near 4 Mile Road, Conway, South Carolina. 1:27, Miller's black Honda Accord is observed arriving at 41 Grocery and Grill, which is located here. 1:35, Miller is observed leaving the store after purchasing a drink and gas. 2:54, Miller called Robeson County from Lumber River State Park. Lumber River State Park is 41 minutes from 41 Grocery and Grill in Mullins via SC North. And this is a statement from the sheriff. First, let me say on behalf of the Robeson County Sheriff's Office that our sincere condolences are being sent to the family and friends of Mica Miller. This incident has garnered much attention across the Carolinas and beyond. I want to assure everyone that a very methodical investigation was conducted by our criminal investigations team and crime scene investigation team. Unfortunately, rumors and conspiracy theories were spreading quickly and assumptions were being made. However, in the end, we must make decisions based on the facts and evidence that has been gathered. While I know it's not what many people wanted to hear, the evidence is quite clear and compelling. And we are as saddened as anyone that this has occurred. There are many factors that we have reviewed and occurred over an extended period of time that are probably related to the reason for this investigation. But in the end, sadly, a tragic decision was made by Mica that ended her life. Okay? So they are ruling any foul play out in the statement. Okay, a couple things that I may find sketchy about this situation would be that location of Mica. They said it was in the water. Her body was in the water. I don't really know how I feel about believing that. Another thing I feel suspicious about is the fact that John Paul Miller had a female girlfriend, and sometimes infidelity can lead people to act certain ways. So the fact that he had a female that he was romantically involved with does not sit well with me. Okay. And the fact that John Miller's vehicle was traveling at this specific time, out of all times it could be traveling, I don't know. Something about the time and the date that the truck was traveling makes me feel weird. The fact that Miller denied meeting with investigators makes me feel weird. It's just a lot of things that make me feel off about it, you know. The fact that he had a girlfriend, the fact that he wouldn't talk to investigators, the fact that she was found by the water, just all kinds of things that I find suspicious about it. I don't know what to believe here because the evidence is pretty damning. The videos of her going into the gun shop, the receipts, the timestamps, her calling 911. It just makes it seem like, yes, maybe that was unfortunately the path that she went down. But I do feel like her husband and her relationship with her husband may have put her in a position where she felt like there was no way out. That's how I'm going to comment on this, guys. Give me your thoughts. I want to know what you guys think happened to Mica Miller. According to the Robeson County Sheriff, this was a tragic incident. But we'll keep looking into it, and I will be making a video about John Paul Miller's house getting raided and him going to jail for assault. Interesting, right? If you like content like this that revolves around scandal, true crime, conspiracy with a twist of humor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,900, and we're going to get there, and we're going to get to 2,000, and we are going to soar, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking in here with me, and if there are any other things you guys want to see me do, topics you want to see me cover, plan on going live more often once I get the topics that really matter and that people want to hear about. Also, I want to thank Heather for helping me out with this video, with this document here. Thank you so much, Heather. I appreciate it. It helps lay the groundwork for this case because it is a document. It is something that we can refer to and work backwards from. So again, thank you again, Hannah, for that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. This has been Lindsay Unfiltered. Bye now.